Imagine standing in a bustling Shanghai gold market. Can you hear the clink of coins, the hum of haggling traders, their eyes darting as they whisper about a currency that could shake the world? It's 2025, and something's brewing, something big. Have you ever wondered what it takes to topple a financial giant? Let's pull back the curtain. Travel with me to 1944 Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. World leaders in smoke-filled rooms carving out a new economic order. The U.S. dollar rises tied to gold. $35 announce the world's anchor. America's vaults brim with 20,000 tons, nearly two-thirds of global reserves. Power feels absolute, doesn't it? Fast forward to 1971, Nixon's shock, gold's gone, the dollar floats on trust. Crazy how faith holds it together, right? Enter the petrodollar. OPEC prices oil in dollars. Every nation scrambles for greenbacks. By 1980, Saudi Arabia's funneling billions into U.S. bonds, dollar's king, handling 88% of global transactions today. SWIFT data confirms it. But wait, cracks are forming. Have you felt the ground shift? Now, meet China, once a sleeping dragon, now awake, $18.6 trillion GDP in 2024, trailing America's $21.4 trillion. Deng Xiaoping's 1978 reforms lit the fuse. Factories roared. So you thought China's gold grab was bold. Brace yourself, because now it is getting wild. Can you imagine a world where the dollar's not calling the shots? Picture Beijing's vaults stacked with gold, 3,245 tons by April 2025, up 12% from last year. World Gold Council's screaming it. Why so much glitter? It's not just bling, it's a weapon. Gold's stable, unprintable, a middle finger to inflation. China-US betting it could back a yuan that nations trust. Imagine Brazil or India trading oil for yuan, not dollars. Sounds far-fetched. Think again. 2024 saw the yuan hit 49% of China's trade. Edging out the greenback, PBOC data backs it, $800 billion in swaps with 40 countries. Argentina's paying debts in yuan, Saudi testing oil deals, $15 billion in 2024 alone. Petrodollar shaking right? Let's talk BRICS. 3.2 billion people, 37% global GDP. They were not just chatting. 2025 summit in Kazan floated a gold-linked trade unit, not a currency. Yet, but a jab at the dollar. GAS pushing hard, X posts buzz with hype. Dollar S done. But hold up, Jim Rickards' currency guru says it's not that simple. Gold's volatile. $3,200 announced today per Reuters, up 30% in a year. Backing a currency takes thousands of tons. China AS got 4% of global reserves. America S at 133 tons. Still king. But here, ES the kicker. Central banks bought 200 tons last year. Russia, Turkey, even Poland. Everyone's hedging. Why? Dollars weaponized. Sanctions on Iran. Russia, 300 billion frozen. Nations are spooked. China pitching yuan as freedom. Belt and Road, $1.2 trillion web. Ports in Sri Lanka, mines in Congo. Yuan's flowing Africa's trade with China. 300 billion in 2024, up 7%, but cracks show China's property mess. 400 billion in bad loans. Youth unemployment 15.3%. Can they afford this gamble? Some say no. Bloomberg's skeptical, gold-backed yuan needs open markets, trust. Beijing's tight grip scares investors. Yet the digital yuan's rolling 90 million wallets. Could it pair with gold? Futuristic, freaky. Now smash that like button if China's moves shock you. Don't you want the truth? Here we are, teetering on the edge. Thought China's gold game was the whole story. Buckle up, because a curveball's coming. Ever wonder who's quietly playing both sides? Let's zoom to Canada. Yep, Canada. Not just maple syrup and hockey, they're sitting on 1.2 billion ounces of gold resources. Natural Resources Canada, 2025, $2.1 trillion economy, 6.8 million ounces mined yearly. Barrick Gold's eyeing yuan deals, 1.5 billion contract floated with China. Why? Trades shifting. $110 billion with China in 2024, up 5%. Trudeau's 2025 budget pushes Asia. $2 billion for mining tech. Canada's bypassing dollars for yuan in gold trades. Shocking, right? Picture Toronto's Bay Street. Execs buzzing. X posts light up. Canada's ditching the US? Not quite. Here's the twist. What if the dollar doesn't crash? What if it evolves? Hybrid system, yuan and dollar sharing the stage. IMF's 2025 report hints 30% of reserves could shift to gold assets by 2030. China's 3,245 tons, Canada's output. They realigning. BRICS loves it. $300 billion to trade block with Canada in talks. Gold, $3,250 an ounce, April 2025. Bloomberg's stunned. Canada's Tech Resources signs Yuan-based copper deal, $800 million. U.S. auto industries sweating. Tariffs hit. 125% on Chinese parts. Canada's sidestepping. Shipping to Asia. $10 billion in exports rerouted. America's losing grip. Let S dive deeper. Canada's gold mines. Like Detour Lake, pump 800,000 ounces yearly. $2.6 billion revenue. China's buying. $3 billion in 2024. Railways humming. Vancouver's port packed. $1.2 billion in upgrades. Trudeau's team meets Xi. April 2025. Trade-pact whispers. Yuan-based. $5 billion framework. U.S. wasn't ready. Dollars still 60% of reserves, but slipping. 2% drop in 2024. Gold ETFs soar. $2.5 billion inflows weekly. China's digital yuan. 100 million users. Tests gold links. Imagine trading bullion digitally. Nuts, right? But Canada's the wild card. $50 billion in Asian bonds. Half in yuan. Toronto ES Gold Exchange. Eyes yuan pricing. $500 million pilot. Global Banks Watch. HSBC S in $1 trillion in yuan trades. Dollar S not dead. Wall Street S fighting. $35 trillion debt. But AI military keep it strong. China's hurdles. $450 billion property bust. Still gold's their ace. Canada's too. Will they reshape trade? Here's the kicker. What is your pick? Yen-S gold promise or dollar-S legacy? Picture 2030. Dual currencies gold ruling. $4,000 an ounce. BRICS could pull it. Canada-S in deep. $120 billion trade now. Post it below. Dollar or yen. Where has your bet? Don't just watch. Join the fight. What's the world's next move?